Hello everybody, my name's Eric Peters. I'm from Sound Contracting in Fresno, California. We recently finished the upgrades to your system, and I'm going to walk you through what's involved in turning it on, using it, and turning it off. We've made things a little bit simpler than what you were previously used to, so hopefully this video will help as well. So, first thing we're going to do, I've turned everything off, so this is if you were walking into this room and never having anything on before. Here's what we're going to do. You've got 4 master power switches from the top. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to go ahead and turn them on and let everything turn on. There's going to be about, I would give yourself 20-30 seconds just to be safe. The heart of this system is essentially a computer, so it takes a few seconds to boot itself up. And the time that it took me to say that, it's now ready to go. So, just like before, we have a AM/FM tuner that's built into here, and a CD player. Those are pretty self-explanatory, I think, as far as using them. But I am noticing no matter what I do on this existing tuner, we have to turn it on, which is the power button right there. It won't remember when I turn everything on and off to automatically turn itself on. So you press that power button, it lights up, tells us what channel we're listening to, just like any other thing. Same with the CD player, it's already on. Put your disc in, close it, hit play, we should have some audio. Working our way up from there, we have our paging microphone, which has been moved into here. You also have a ability to plug a microphone in at the office and the existing place that it's always been, and that will work just like before. As far as using the paging mic, I've left a little loop of cable here so you can hold it, and this is just a push to talk, let go to not talking if we...
Testing 1, 2.
And that goes campus wide. That's going to be not only in this main room here, but every outside paging speaker that's on, I shouldn't say campus wide, it's probably only in this ag center wide area, yeah. So, and that just lives right here.
And we'll have another one eventually up in the room as well, so we'll have the ability for 2. Since you have to come in here to turn the system on, we put a microphone in here so you can just turn the system off after you're done with your paging.
Right, yep. And so really, aside from that CD player and the tuner, the heart of the system and how you're controlling it is at this panel here. This is a Bose control space panel. It's very simple to use. We have 4 knobs across the front here. This knob is not used, so no matter what you do, you turn it, and this application is not being used, doesn't do anything. Right now, when we first turn this system on, we've got 4 pages, just like the pages of a book. First page are and you see these buttons changing. You'll notice that the display changes every time I press that button. So, page 1 are our main speakers and their corresponding volume and the ability to mute them. So if we look, we have east speakers, west speakers, and paging speakers. We can, as soon as we turn this knob, it actually shows us how much we're coming up or down in volume. Okay? If I leave it alone, you'll notice it went back to saying what it is. So I touch it, turn it, I can turn it up, turn it down, I let go, whatever I set it, it goes back to saying what it is. Now, the other neat thing about these buttons is, if I push the button, notice it says muted. It actually cut those speakers out. And notice that on these rotary encoders, how they've got these green lights, when I have that speaker muted, it's all the way down at the bottom. Now when I press it again to unmute, my volume goes back. So it's a good visual indicator of what's happening there. So again, when I say east speaker and west speaker, this is in regards to, this is a pavilion, correct? I'm going to call it pavilion. East side of the speakers, west side speakers. So you've got 2 rows. That gives us the ability, depending on our presentation, to turn them up or down, or if I'm not using one side or the other, I can control them right here. Pretty self-explanatory. And then I have paging speakers. This is an overall volume control for all of those outside paging speakers that are linked to the microphone. It's preset at a volume. You probably never have to adjust it, but if you find, okay, you know what, I need to really get everybody's attention and I want to scream it up, I can turn that up or down right there as well. All right. When I go to my second page, there's only so many characters that they let me put in the display, so it's WRLSS stands for wireless. Wireless 1, wireless 2, and wireless 3. It's the exact same thing. I've got volume control, right? And I have mute. Okay. We'll go back to those wireless microphones in just a second. I'm sure you're probably already used to using them before, but you turn them on, you walk around, you get sound. Next page is our CD player, our tuner, our paging microphone. That's our, instead of adjusting the speakers, that adjusts the microphone volume itself, and our office microphone. Again, probably not going to adjust the paging microphone or the office microphone very often, but you will come in here and probably want to adjust the tuner. Right now I have it set to a volume level that I think is comfortable, but you know, you want to rock out or whatever, you can turn that up. You can hear it coming through a little bit louder, so that's how you adjust it. Just like everything else, how do I mute it? Press the button. How do I unmute it? I press it again, right? Same for the CD player. And there's nothing on page 4 because you don't have anything else to control in this system. That's this whole system in a nutshell. Pretty darn simple to use, I think. Again, first page, our speakers. Now here's the really cool thing about this system. Let's say you've done something and you've just got it so screwed up, you don't know what you're doing, it's not making any sound, that you've played with the knobs and somehow you've gotten down a path where you can't remember how to get back. Turn the whole system back off, turn it back on, it's saving. I've set what it's going to be right out of the gate, so it resets itself, which is really nice. So that way, you know, I don't get the call tomorrow and say, oh my gosh, it's not working. And last night, worst case scenario, turn everything off, turn it back on.
It goes back to default, huh?
It goes back to a default preset.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. Let me just. Grab one of these wireless microphones. You've got 3 in there with fresh batteries. These batteries will last you about 10 hours of use, but you have to remember to turn the wireless off when you're done using it. Otherwise, 10 hours is basically overnight and then they'll be dead. So, just like before, hold the red button on, it'll light up, goes through its little boot up process, it's ready to go.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
And we can take a walk out there if you want, demonstrate the fact that you won't be able to get feedback with enough. Okay, so we're good to go. Same thing, hold that red button, turn yourself off. Okay. Into the night, I'm done. I can just hit the power. Let's see, it should be, probably if I'm going from top to bottom to turn it on, I'm going to go from bottom to top. Yes, I'm going to go from bottom to top to turn it off. We're all done. And any questions? That's our number. We put a plate on there for you. And hopefully be pretty self-explanatory. Thanks a lot.